VFX in APAC, the scanline lens. That's the topic for this session. And this session, friends, will provide insights into the evolution of VFX in the APAC region through the lens of scanline VFX. Industry leaders will discuss cutting-edge technology driving VFX production, the growing demand for high-quality visual effects in Asia, and the future of VFX in an increasingly digital entertainment landscape. We have with us Kranti Sharma. She has 28 years of corporate leadership experience, including 20 years in executive management. Kranti has a proven track record of building, scaling, and transforming organizations into strategic hubs of innovation, operational excellence, and business growth. And she's passionate about creating impact-driven ecosystems where both businesses and people thrive. And we also have with us, whose presentation will come your way, Mr. Greg Anderson. Welcome, Mr. Greg, to India and to Mumbai and to Waves. He's the COO of Scanline VFX and Eyeline Studios. Greg Anderson, COO of Scanline VFX and Eyeline Studios, brings 25 years of leadership in global strategy and business transformation. Passionate about operational excellence in visual effects and animation, he drives innovative strategies, fosters creativity, and exceeds client expectations. Greg cultivates high-performance cultures, mentors future leaders, and seeks collaborative opportunities for industry innovation. All that makes him the perfect person to tell us more on this through his presentation. So I shall shut shop and move over and give the mic to Greg. Yes, Mr. Greg, please. Mic is all yours, and we look forward to a wonderful presentation from him.
Thank you for the warm introduction and welcome. Good evening, everyone. My name is Greg Anderson, and I am Chief Operating Officer of Scanline Visual Effects and Eyeline Studios. Thank you all for having me here today. This is an extraordinary event. I'm really, really honored to be here in Mumbai. It's only my second time here, and each time I love it more. So thank you very much. I think this event really highlights the importance of India in the future of global content and technology. Scanline and Eyeline are part of Netflix, which has a really fantastic booth in the pavilion, by the way. If you've not checked it out, you really should. There's some great interactive opportunities for you to experience some of our content. One of my favorites is a dubbing session, where you can record your own voice, dubbed over an actor's performance from some popular titles here in India. So who is Scanline? Since you're here, some of you may already know who we are and what we do. However, for those that don't, let's see if I can. Oh, clicker is not clicking. Technical difficulties, please. There we go. Oh, can we go back? Double click. There we go. Thank you. Those images were created by people, not AI. I think it's important to call that out because I think that at the core of all this great technology, the future, I think, still sits with people and artistry to run those tools and to really understand how to use them to their best and most optimal way. So at Scanline and Eyeline, we specialize in high-end visual effects for major film, television, and streaming projects. Our teams combine cutting-edge technology with world-class artistry to push the boundaries of what's possible on screen. Both companies have been frequently lauded for best-in-class visual effects and research. And in the past year alone, we've been nominated for an Emmy and a VS award for our work on Avatar: The Last Airbender, which were some of the last images you just saw. We also were nominated for a VS award for Three Body Problem, also on Netflix. And we were really, really happy to hear that we won the Best Visual Effects Award at the Asian Academy Awards this year for Yu Yu Hakusho, which was a project out of Netflix Japan. Jeff Shapiro leads our global team as CEO. I partner with Jeff to drive our strategy globally across all of our offices in 6 countries, delivering world-class visual effects content for Netflix and other partners worldwide. Lauren McCallum, our VP of production, oversees global production on my team, while here in India, we're happy to have Kranti Sarma as Senior Director of Production for APAC. Jeff and Lauren weren't able to be with us today, but Kranti and I are thrilled to be here and share a lot about the future of Scanline here in India. Before we go on, a little bit about me. I've been in the visual effects industry now for nearly 30 years. I started when I was 2. Beginning as an effects animator on Starship Troopers. I was very fortunate to begin my career with a film that was nominated for Visual Effects Oscar. And I had the privilege of learning under Oscar-winning visual effects supervisors like Scott Anderson and John Dykstra. Over the years, I rose up through the ranks from an artist to a VFX suit, and then eventually I had a studio. I joined Netflix in 2021, leading visual effects for all US series. And now, in my role as CEO of Scanline and Eyeline, I lead global teams across some of the most ambitious and visually groundbreaking productions in the world. We are a creative-driven business that innovates and invents to elevate visual storytelling and deliver unprecedented value on screen. Now, what does that really mean? We're a creative-first business. We make images. Those images help tell captivating stories that engage audiences and entertain the world. What we do is all about helping filmmakers bring their vision to life with amazing characters, worlds, and moments that feel real. And what we love is that we give creators more time to play and explore, which means what ends up on screen is more polished, more powerful, and way more impactful. What we're building is grounded in innovation-first thinking. We're constantly solving creative challenges with our own tech, like Flowline, which gives us an edge over over other companies that don't have strong research arms like we do in our Eyeline studios. We're not limited by geography. Our teams are truly global, diverse, connected, and constantly learning from each other across continents. That collaboration is part of our DNA, and it really aligns us with Netflix's larger vision. At the core of it is creative integrity. Sure. The work has to be bold, beautiful, and believable. That's non-negotiable. It's what draws top-tier talent and keeps audiences hooked. But maybe most important is our people-first culture. We're building a place where artists feel supported, where they can grow, take creative risks, and belong. One of the things that sets us apart is the level of technical mastery we bring to the table. We're constantly solving complex VFX challenges with custom-built tools, a lot of it driven by in-house R&D. That R&D effort is led by Dr. Paul Debevec, who's our Chief Research Officer. He is very well known in the visual effects industry and has been a pioneer for over 25 years. So none of this stuff is off the shelf. We hold patents on many of the inventions that we've built and designed that go into our filmmaking efforts. It's purpose-built to push everything forward. At the same time, we never lose sight of artistry. We've got a global team of top-tier artists who know how to craft cinematic visuals that elevate the story, not distract from it. It's not about flash, it's about emotional impact. And because we've built a truly scalable global pipeline from North America to Europe to Asia, and now, soon to be, Hyderabad, we're able to maintain quality and consistency across every project and every studio. That reliability is what studios count on us for. Honestly, innovation isn't just a box we check. It's wired into how we think and how we work. We were recognized last year for an Emerging Technology Award through the Visual Effects Society. And they recognized our volume capture work, which was evidenced in our work for The Flash and several other projects. Some of that technology is making its way and evolving into the next gen filmmaking processes. The biggest studios and streamers keep coming back to us because they know we're not just delivering shots, we're helping them tell better stories. Our business is large, complex, and truly global. We have a team of over 1,000 artists, technologists, and production staff spread across 6 countries. That footprint allows us to work around the clock, across time zones. Every year, we deliver high-end visual effects for more than 70 titles, some of which you see here. And these are just the Netflix titles from the last year. We also work with other third-party studios as well. It spans features, high-end series, and a wide range of genres and formats. It's not just about volume, it's about scale, precision, and creative consistency across global teams. India is home to some of the best visual effects talent in the world, and Hyderabad has quickly become a major creative and tech hub. With its deep pool of artists and a strong ecosystem around film, animation, and gaming, it's a natural fit for us. We're not just setting up another studio, we're building a long-term presence. By adding Hyderabad to our global footprint, we can run a true 24/7 production cycle with teams collaborating across time zones to move faster and more efficiently. But it's about more than speed. We're here to develop local talent and create real career opportunities and give artists in India access to the kind of work that is usually only found in other parts of the world. We plan on bringing tier 1 talent and tier 1 projects to the region so that we can really be a contributing member of the industry here. This is the start of something bigger. Global ambition, local leadership, and a commitment to doing the best creative work together. And honestly, it's more than just a business decision. It's been a real creative unlock for us. Netflix is the studio for compelling content globally, and our being part of that family expands our reach and possibilities. What we bring to the table at Scanline is a world-class visual effects pipeline, technology like Flowline, our proprietary tools, and global integrated workflow. We've been doing this at the highest level for almost 3 decades. So we're well-versed in delivering stunning photoreal work for top filmmakers. And because we're inside the Netflix ecosystem, we're able to collaborate directly with content teams, which means we can move faster, align earlier, and ultimately help create stronger creative outcomes. So, come join us if you're an artist, technologist, or a storyteller with ambition. If you value collaboration and craft, and if you believe in what we're building, come join our team. We are shaping the future of visual effects, starting in Hyderabad and the rest of the world. Thank you. So I would love to open it up for questions. If anyone has questions about Scanline and some of the work we're doing, I'm happy to answer anything you have.
I actually have two questions for you. I'll start with one and I'll hold off the second one for now. For the first question, the effects were fantastic and most of them were for the movies with the script. I was just wondering, it is just a thought, can that same level of output be generated for gaming or for maybe anime for 2D? It is just a thought. So that is the first question. I'll hold off the second for now.
So,
Can we use the same effects and the same epic level impact that it gives for the gaming industry and for the anime industry as well?
So a lot of the core technology behind visual effects are shared across gaming and across animation. The platforms tend to be very similar. Historically, everyone has used Maya and a variety of different renderers. I think that several of my colleagues over the course of my career have hopped back and forth between visual effects and gaming and forward again. So what I've always appreciated about visual effects is, there's a type of person that goes into visual effects that is really keen to embrace art and technology. And those same people tend to be in gaming. They also tend to be in animation. And so we're sort of, similar tribe, as it were. So the long answer is yes. We definitely sort of share a lot of the same tools and technologies, but with a twist for each medium.
I'll come up with the second question. You said that you're based in Hyderabad with the talent there, but a lot of the Bollywood movies are based out of Mumbai. So how do you plan? Because I understand that there are talent in Hyderabad, there are people who are doing that, but there is a lot of growth opportunities, just like the growth opportunities in gaming and anime. There is a lot of growth opportunities as far as the Bollywood is also concerned. So how are you planning to work? Of course, it is an easy connect to Hyderabad to Mumbai, but how do you plan to kind of expand that and make use of this growth opportunity as well? How do you plan to kind of branch out and work on this scope?
Sure. So Netflix has an office here in Mumbai that we work very closely with. Our intention is to contribute to local content via Netflix that it originates here in Mumbai. We have currently an office in Mumbai that's small but mighty. And we intend to always have some leadership that is here in Mumbai to help sort of bridge the sort of connection between the content teams at Netflix here and our workforce in Hyderabad. So it's not like we won't have a presence in Mumbai. It's just that we're going to have a workforce presence in Hyderabad with a leadership presence in Mumbai. I think you and the pink were first. I'm sorry.
Good evening, sir.
Hi.
I'd like to specify first that I'm a bit of a newbie in the industry. I'm still a student, actually. So I was a bit confused with what exactly do you mean by research and development in the visual effects department.
Mm-hmm.
Could you please elaborate a bit on that? And I have a few more questions, if that's okay.
Absolutely. So Scanline and Eyeline are like sister companies. Scanline historically has been the visual effects arm that executes visual effects on film and TV. and Eyeline has been our research and development arm. Our Eyeline studios are based in Los Angeles, where we have stages, and it's where our research team lives. They've been doing some pretty pioneering research in computer vision and machine learning, and using that technology to affect film in some pretty interesting ways, most of which I can't tell you about. But suffice to say that Netflix was very keen to bring us into the family for some of our inventions there. We hold several patents on new ways of lighting stages, as well as new ways of capturing data, which we think could really revolutionize how images are captured in the future. And so it's a really sort of great way to combine research with sort of real world production challenges. And so those teams, there's a healthy tension between those two teams to really help push the technology forward. So it's not research for research's sake, it's really research towards production solutions and innovative like production techniques.
Just one more, sorry. You're having a branch essentially in Hyderabad as well now, right? So is it going to be just that Hollywood Works will come to India and we'll do the Hollywood work? Or do you have any plans to integrate Scanline into Bollywood as well, similar to his question?
So our focus, it's going to be a little bit of, it's going to be two things. One, we definitely plan on, we're known for doing, tier one Hollywood type projects. This is what, we've been charged with by Netflix to do. I think that also, given that Netflix really wants to continue to expand its content offerings globally, particularly here in India, they really want us to be able to bring some impact to some of their biggest titles. And so while we don't have the scale to really do that for every film, we do want to apply what we do to some of the most important titles that really sort of drive, member joy and really drive some of the goals of Netflix.
Hi. So I'm a software developer myself, and I want to venture into the AI part. You have been in the forefront of, understanding what's coming, what's upcoming in the field of AI. What do you see, is it going to do anything like replace the things, the pipeline that we follow, or are we there yet? Is the AI good enough to be used in high budget movies, or just your thought?
I mean, I think that's the $25,000 question, right? I mean, I think it's unavoidable. The genie is out of the bottle. And so I think all visual effects companies are exploring what it means for filmmaking and what it means for visual effects. We're no different. I think that what is exciting to me is that visual effects artists always lean into the technology from the beginning. We drive technology. We write software. That software ends up on the shelves after some Academy-nominated film comes out. And so in that way, I think, again, AI and all of those sort of tools and technologies are really just that. They're tools. They're tools for artists and others to create new imagery. And so most visual effects artists that I know are more excited than anything else to try to find ways to apply these tools to visual effects.
Thank you.
A few questions.
Hi,
Hi.
my name is Ajay Agarwal. We are building a software for 3D artists. Right now, texturing software based on AI. So as you said, all the visual effects are created by people. So our motive is to give a software to the people so that they can create their workflow at a faster rate, textures at a faster rate. So what do you think, how as a VFX studio, you will be able to integrate AI into your workflow so that all the artists who are working, their grunt work could be passed on to AI and they can focus more on the creative side of it?
So, You know, I think part of the challenge that all businesses have with AI is that so much of it is open source. And so everyone is trying to sort of solve for how can I differentiate, you know, our tool from their tool, you know? And I think, honestly, I don't know that anyone has solved that yet. You know, I think from a business standpoint, you know, the companies that can get there first are going to have an advantage. And we're still just at the very beginning. As amazing as some of the things that we're seeing right now, it's just getting started. And so I think that that's going to be an ongoing challenge for all companies as they go forward. So we'll see.
Sure. Thank you. I will touch base with you. I will touch base with you, like how as an artist, like if there is a creative solution to be created, right? So how an artist can integrate workflow through his channels into AI workflows, and they can create more compelling visual effects through the use of AI and the creative solutions of artist himself.
I mean, you have to come work for us to learn how to
We are creating a software, so you can use our. We are creating a software, so you can use our
I can't
software.
reveal all my secrets here.
Sure.
That's why I'm here. We're trying to come join us.
Definitely, like we will introduce our software to you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great.
Sure.
Since you mentioned genies, the genie's out of the bottle, and the roots of eyeline are fluid dynamics, what are the intentions regarding Hyderabad or India? Is eyeline, any part of eyeline also going to be part of the scope of what comes to India, or is it going to be mostly on the scanline side?
So I think we have the two companies really kind of function very hand in hand. And so the technology that's being created will undoubtedly reach the entire company. So all offices will get to sort of apply some of the technology that's being created there. We don't have any plans for a stage yet. I mean, who knows? I think we have to build out our office first. We're looking to open January of 2026. So that will be step one. And then I think as we go forward, we'll investigate where the opportunities are. And we're business. And so if there's opportunity here where it makes sense for us to have stages here, we will.
Hello.
Hi.
I think the VFX, it takes a lot of source and manpower, and I heard that the tiny team from Japan who did the Godzilla VFX, and what's your perspective, like rearranging the workflow or something, What's your perspective?
So I remember I went to the Academy Bake Off and saw their presentation. And the Godzilla -1 presentation, it was almost heartwarming because the supervisors and the team that was there, they were speaking through a translator to this room of old visual effects veterans in LA. And even through the translator, you could feel how connected they were to a very old school visual effects process. The way that they talked about the craftsmanship, I think really reminded all of us old grizzled veterans why we got into visual effects, and I think that was a way that they connected with, the voters, and that's why they won. The work was beautiful, but I will say, it would have been very difficult to execute that in the States because their process was also more like how I learned visual effects 30 years ago, which is we're going to work 18-hour days, 7 days a week for 6 months until it's done, and which is a bit of a relic to the past. I think that, and that's not a bad thing necessarily, but it doesn't really reflect kind of the direction that visual effects is going in. I think with some of the development of these tools, obviously the quality of visual effects is getting better, it's getting faster, which also allows us to push more boundaries. One thing that I think is also important to note as part of the larger Netflix ecosystem is that, you know, Scanline is known for doing like really high-level, big blockbuster work. If we can develop tools that allow us to work, you know, at scale, at that level, but for projects that maybe don't have the same size of budget as like an Avatar: Last Airbender for Netflix, we can really have like global impact. Because once you leave the United States, you're not necessarily getting the 10, 20, $40 million budgets to do visual effects. So we've got to learn, you know, on the Scanline and Eyeline side, how we can bring impact, you know, to all of the regions that Netflix serves. And so, you know, how do you create tier 1 level visual effects at a fraction of the cost that we're used to? And so that's where I think the technology comes into play, and that's really going to be a game changer in terms of our ability to have impact around the world. In the back.
Hi, my name is Joy.
Hi.
And the question I have for you is that, so you have lots of projects in hand. For example, in Netflix, so many projects you have worked. How do you make sure that all the visuals are a bit different from each other in terms of, you know, making it more interesting?
Sure.
Or for example, you have a tornado effect in one series, which are you using the same in some others project the same way, or you have methods by which you make distinctions of, so that it creates more variety?
So during my talk, I mentioned creative partnership. On our staff, we have visual effects supervisors who are, you know, very experienced and really kind of serve as partners to directors and showrunners so that they can translate their vision. So when a filmmaker approaches us, they always have a very, you know, well, we hope they have a very clear idea of what they want. And it's our job to really make sure that our work reflects that vision. If we do that well, it won't look like any other project that we're doing. It'll look like that project and that project specifically. So, you know, while we may use the same tools, it's like using a different canvas, different brushes, you know, different mediums to achieve a result that fits with the filmmaker's vision.
Right, thank you.
Mm-hmm. Any other questions? All right. Well, thank you all very, very much. This has really been a pleasure. I really appreciate it.
Anderson, for such a wonderful presentation, and people were really inquisitive about many things. And you really appreciated, and thanks for the appreciation, that Indians do have a knack for technology. 40% of our scientists, 40% of scientists in NASA are Indians, I believe. So many doctors, engineers in the US and UK are Indians. So we do have a knack somewhere. It's very indigenous to us, you know, it's very native to us. And I keep saying this is probably the only country in the world where science and spirituality go hand in hand. And as far as if I'm not wrong, RRR, which had fantastic visual effects, it was probably done entirely in India. Am I right? Yeah, I think so. I believe so too. Or I would like to believe. No, I heard it actually from a very authentic source. So on that positive note, thank you so much for coming and for the wonderful time you spent here and enlightening us. On that note, friends, it's time to bid adieu. Time to say bye-bye to today and say hello to tomorrow morning. We'll all get together and have another session. So till then, bye-bye, take care and be good. Namaskar.